good, YouTube? It's your boy Boyd back with another video. Sorry it took so long. I've been transitioning from all these training environments to get to my first base, so I'm finally settled in. Still, pretty busy, but I appreciate y'all waiting. I've been getting a lot of requests on this do's and don'ts of basic training in tech school, so we're gonna run through a list of 10 things I came up with on do's and don'ts of basic training in tech school. And I just wanted to say before I started this, please leave a like and subscribe on this video if you find it helpful. And also, this video is for people who join the Air Force to be better, be better people and develop skills that they have, but they just want to, develop them more. So, and this video has no list on highest ranking. Like number one is not what I think is most important. It's all scrambled up. So here we go. All right, number one, enjoy every moment of basic training. And the reason why I say that is because, first, you'll never go through basic training in tech school again. And so you don't get to have those experiences ever again. And the people you meet, it may be the first and last time you actually meet those people. So enjoy it for what it is, because it only gets challenging, even more challenging as you progress through your career. I rushed basic training in tech school because I wanted to start flying and doing my job, but it was no reason to rush it. Now I look back on it and it's a blur. Yo, sorry about that. So here we go. So we got number one out the way. Number two, be motivating. And I feel like this is important because you really have people around you that will make issues or complain about literally any little thing, and that's just the way they are. Like, they just complain. They like complaining, so stay away from those people and be different. Motivate your team, because it's gonna be situations where you might have to compete with other squads or other flights, and you being who you are, which I know if you're watching this video, if you stayed this long, you want to be the best in your job. You taking the extra steps that people aren't taking to be, have as much of an advantage to be the best you can be. So be motivating. It definitely helps not only you and the morale, it helps the people around you, because you'll start to see that people want to be more participant and stuff, and it benefits you in the long run because it makes your team look good, it makes you look good, and people see that. I look back on basic training in tech school, the people who were in leadership roles were those people who didn't care about them. Well, they cared about themselves, obviously, but they cared more about other people's success because they knew if everybody else succeeded, they succeeded as well. And it's just better if more succeed than just you, right? All right, yes, sir. You get out what you put in. Remember that, you get out what you put in. Number three, stay organized, right? So there are a lot of documents when you first get here that, it's gonna be in front of your face, and half the time you're not gonna know what it is, and they'll tell you and you'll be like, oh, I don't know when I'll ever need this again. I don't even know why you gave me a copy of it. Just hold on to it, because you'll never know, like, when you get to your first base or, whatever the case may be, you'll never know when you need that document again, because the Air Force, some of the computer systems are outdated, so they crash a lot of the time, so they're not able to maintain or hold a lot of people's records. So when you get certificates, when you get medical records, just hold on to them and keep them organized so you can always go back to them if you need them. That's big advice. Number 4, don't be afraid to volunteer. That's something I had to learn, because I mean, people shy away from volunteering because it's like, oh well, it just seems like it's more work, like, or you just don't want to stand out too much, especially when you first get here. You don't want to mess up, so don't be afraid to volunteer. It's when I actually did start volunteer, I realized that you get away or you get out of doing stuff by volunteering, and I think they do that on purpose, especially like when you're in basic training in tech school. Don't do it just to get out of work. That's not what I'm saying. But when you do volunteer, you do get out of a lot of things. It's just the way it is, and you may do something that's super easy compared to what everybody else that you were with was doing just because you volunteered. Everybody's still working, but you just volunteered to do something different. So with volunteering, you make opportunities. You get to see how stuff works behind the scenes sometimes. So just don't be afraid to volunteer. If somebody say, hey, I need help with something, they probably won't tell you what it is, and they do that on purpose because they just want to see who's willing to sacrifice, doing something else for the team or helping somebody. So always keep that in mind. All right, number 5. Choose your friends wisely. Yep, this is a good one. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you made it this far to the video, that means you want the best for yourself and you want to take advantage of all the opportunities before you step foot through that front door when you go through basic training or tech school, before you start tech school. So you definitely want to make sure the people around you are thinking on a higher level. You want those motivating people to be around you because they're gonna uplift you to be better. And it's kind of like if you have a partner to go to the gym with, like it makes it easier to go to the gym because you don't feel like I'm just going by myself, which I go to the gym every day by myself. It don't even matter to me, but I feel like for those people who need that motivation to go to the gym, like if they have a partner, then their partner will be like, hey, well, we need to, get it going. They'll pump you up. So you kind of want that. It definitely goes a long way. Number 6, take PT seriously, right? And you want to do that because the Air Force standards out of all the other branches is like one of the lowest. Like our PT standards aren't the highest. So they know you can do it. They know you can do it. All you got to do is just maintain health and stay hydrated. I've seen so many people in basic training pass out just from standing outside. And it's because all we had to drink was water. We didn't get no juice. We didn't get none of that fancy stuff. And sometimes the juice machine, they give you juice in the cafeteria, but sometimes it didn't work, or sometimes it was watered down. So they just shied away from drinking water. And so when we got outside, they didn't have no fluids in their system. So make sure you're staying hydrated, because I think somebody in my flight was actually kicked out of the Air Force because they kept passing out. They wasn't drinking enough water. And it should never get to that point. So the Air Force don't ask too much of you. They just ask you to be on time to work, do your job, and pass your PT test the first time. That's it. So it's not too bad. All right, number 7. Don't be sneaky. People will tell on you. I say that because people try to get away with stuff. Like when you're in tech school, you got some tech schools are different, but my tech school, I had like 3 phases. And in order to phase up, you had to do a dorm inspection. Like you had to have your room checked, your bed had to be made up, your room had to be in check. and you had a uniform inspection. So I think every Monday, you had to dress in your blues, and blues is a type of uniform. You had to dress in your blues, and your blues had to be nice and spiffy, and like you just had to pass those 2 inspections, and then you could phase up. So once you phased up, you can start like going off base, or you can start dressing in civilian clothes and stuff like that. And people would try to not pass those inspections and still go out and do stuff that they weren't supposed to do, and people told on them. So you don't want to get caught up, doing the wrong thing and starting off bad. You want to start on a good foot, and I don't think it's worth not following instructions just to wear clothes. It's not worth your career. So don't be sneaky. That was number 7. Number 8, hold leadership accountable. People will hold you accountable and hold you responsible like an adult for things. So you got to hold leadership accountable. They get paid more. They are asked to do more. They do have a lot on their plate sometimes, most of the time. But you got to make sure you stay on top of them if you need something done. If you need anything, really, you got to make sure that you continuously ask them respectfully. But I've seen a lot of people suffer in silence because they weren't keeping up with leadership. They'll ask leadership if they like something they needed, and they'll tell them like one time, but they didn't follow up. Like, they will forget, and you will be sitting there and just not getting done what you need to get done. So hold leadership accountable, stay on top of leadership, because they expect it when they ask you to do something. That was number 8. Number 9. This is a big one. Don't focus on males or females. And I mean that in 2 different ways, relationship-wise and negatively. Like, don't get in any arguments. If somebody's bothering you, somebody's making a big deal out of something that's not even really a big deal, simply go to leadership. Resolve that issue, because you do not want to get caught up doing something stupid just because of something somebody said or something like that. Go to leadership. And then on the reverse side of that, don't focus on females or males physically, because you lose focus. You definitely want to make sure you stand on top of stuff, because it's a lot of stuff that you might miss out on, or opportunities, by focusing on the wrong thing. So you definitely want to make sure. And I know that's hard to do. I know it's hard to do. Even I'm still working on that. But that's just advice that I would give to myself if I was just coming in basic training. Like, focus on the experience, make the best of the experience. Don't focus on females or males, vice versa. All right, number 10, manage your money wisely. All right, so a lot of people, the Air Force is their first job. So this is my advice to you guys, and even the people that this is not your first job. One thing you will realize about the Air Force is that once you join, the money is steady. Like, there's no certain amount of hours that you work to put into that check that you get. Like, no, like, once they tell you this is what you're getting paid, you get paid that twice a month. So with that being said, you have resources that you can use. Finance, the Air Force does so many things, or has so many resources as far as active duty members. So if you're active duty, go to your resource, ask your leadership about where your resource office is, and see what's available, because sometimes I really forget that I'm in the Air Force, and we get like free tickets and stuff like that to do things outside of work. So take advantage of that. You're in the Air Force, you get treated like you're in the Air Force. So that was the last thing. Once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope it's helped some of you guys. Please follow my second channel. I'm gonna post it in the description below. I make beats. I post beats every Friday or I try to. So far, I've been consistent since I started posting beats every Friday. Go subscribe to that channel. I really, truly appreciate it. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for your time. Y'all be easy.